Yesterday, I handcrafted a video in which I explain the following scenario. It's not even a scenario because a scenario implies that this is a hypothetical situation. I am explaining a situation that happened to me in real life, and it happened yesterday. Really, I'm re-explaining it. You can just go watch the video I made yesterday on this topic, but if you don't feel like doing it, here's a quick summary. I left this microphone at work, but I didn't know that. I got home from work yesterday and I couldn't find my microphone. I brought this microphone to work. I tried to explain this 3 times and I can't do it. That's how stupid everything is. That's how stupid everything is on this channel. When I have an internal dialogue, or when I am thinking about who I am from a third person's perspective, I consider myself to be an intellectual, a writer, and a deep thinker. And I'm none of those things. I think I need to turn the audio down a little bit. So, anyway, I'm going to try to explain this as if it matters. None of this matters. I create useless things on this channel for the sake of attention. Actually, really, this is just a daily practice where I'm trying to do something every day just to maybe get better at it. So yesterday, I went to work and I brought my microphone because I had to record an artist interview. I work at a radio station. I interview artists about their art. And you know what? It's awesome. And I love getting to do it. I get home from work late last night. And I was doing other things. Other things were going on yesterday. But I get back from work and I sit down at my desk and I look all around my house and I can't find my microphone. And so my thought was, oh, I guess I left it at work. But that was my thought for about 5 seconds, because really the thought that most consumed me was a little deeper than that. You see, I'm always losing stuff. I'm always leaving things behind. It's a pretty common experience for me to either lose something. Actually, yeah, it's just a common experience for me to lose something. And so, but my thought process always goes a little bit deeper. And I was so convinced about this that I explained it to you all yesterday. And that explanation was that I actually don't think my microphone's at work. I think my microphone is in this house somewhere. And so yesterday evening, I spent the whole evening, thinking that it was going to be at work. But I was pretty confident that once I got to work this morning, I wasn't going to be able to find my microphone, because I actually was somewhere in the house. Does this make any sense? I keep explaining this situation and it still doesn't make any sense. Does this make sense to you? Am I making sense right now? Microphone starts at so yesterday morning, microphone is at my house. I go to work, I put microphone in my backpack, and I take it to work. You're following thus far? Great. I then used it at work, leave work, come home, cannot find my microphone. However, I'd been home for like an hour before I started looking for my microphone. So first thought is I left my microphone at work. Second thought, and more prominent thought, is that my microphone is somewhere in this house. I just can't find it, even though I've looked literally everywhere. And what's going to happen is that I'm not going to be able to find it until tomorrow evening, because I am now done. This is me last night. I'm done looking for it because it's at work. But I bet it's actually here somewhere. And it's going to take me getting to work and looking everywhere at work for me to realize, okay, I guess it is at home. And then I'm going to find it at home today. But that's not what happened. That's just what I thought was going to happen. I can see myself right now. I don't know if you noticed, but whenever I'm recording these videos, I'm very rarely actually looking into the camera, and I'm almost always looking at myself about 3 inches below the camera, and it's a surreal experience for me. Once in therapy, my therapist told me that I have to compliment myself in the mirror. He wanted me to do that every single day. And it was weird, but it was good. It was fine. Made me feel good. So there's a little bit of therapy advice for you. If you've never been to therapy before, there's an exercise free of charge. So yesterday I was very confident, and in the video I exert how confident I was about that. But that's not what happened. My microphone was literally just sitting on my work desk. I got to work at 10 a.m., 9:55 a.m., and it was there. And the second I saw it, I immediately thought about the video. And I was like, oh, I guess yesterday's video is now irrelevant. And, the reason this whole video has been convoluted up to this point is because it's really just because it's not that I'm an overthinker, but it's that I don't know. Maybe I'm just an overthinker. I like to think that I'm pretty in tune with myself, with my person. I like to think that, but I have no evidence for it. I like to think that I know and understand myself, and I thought that I understood myself so well that I could predict my future. And the fact that my prediction wasn't something obvious that was going to happen, but it was actually kind of a risky thing, because odds was that my microphone was in fact at work. The odds were in that favor, but I am more in tune with who I am and what I'm going to do than with what the odds are. My microphone was at work. That's all you need to know. That's what this whole video could have just been. Oh, I found my microphone. It was at work. It was on my work desk. End of video. This is the end of the video.